My name is Jay Carlton, and I am originally from Chico, California.
What is your city like in the United States?
So I grew up in Chico, which is a farming community. We're far up in the north of California, so 3 hours north of San Francisco, and yet still 3 hours south of Oregon. And it's just a huge farming country. We grow nuts and olives and wine, and we're in the foothills of Sierra Nevadas.
And why did you move to Brazil?
So I moved away from the United States in 2015. I've been living in Denmark, the Philippines, Vietnam, and now Brazil. So I work in wind energy, and I have been going where the work is ever since. And so I came to Brazil on the latest contract.
It is law in the U.S. that only people over the age of 21 drink alcoholic beverages. What happens if someone younger drinks?
So if someone under the age of 21 drinks, they are going to get in trouble with the police. When you are under 18, you are a juvenile, so you go through a different section of the court system in the U.S. When you turn 18, that part of your record is sealed. So if you were being naughty when you were younger, that doesn't have to follow you for the rest of your life. But getting caught underage drinking definitely will cause you and your family a lot of pain in the terms of financial expenditures and just making your life much more difficult than it needs to be.
Are there laws in the U.S. that you agree or disagree with?
Yeah, a lot. Too many to get into.
What makes you patriotic?
I'm going to answer the question in general, but patriotism for me comes from a place of well-deserved pride in the country that you live, and it comes from you acknowledging the things that your country is doing right and taking well-deserved pride in what they're doing.
What are the main holidays in your country?
Well, I'm slowly learning them because Brazil is where I get to practice these holidays at, and honestly, I don't know them at all, so I keep finding them out last minute when my colleagues tell me that they won't be at the office.
What are you most proud of in the history of the United States?
Most proud of in the history of the United States. On that, I guess I'm going to say I am most proud of the opportunity that the United States gave my family when they emigrated from Russia.
In your opinion, what can Brazilians learn from Americans?
Tons of stuff. And that goes always. But I would say that what Brazilians can learn from Americans is, what to not do when it comes to letting your politics get so divided that nothing gets done.
And what about the reverse? What can Brazilians teach Americans?
I think one of the things that I really appreciate, and I am going to have to say this, is that I've seen in São Paulo, Brazil. So it's a very large country, so I can't say this is all of Brazil, but at least in São Paulo, people are really social and quite friendly, even with foreigners. Now, I know that Americans can also be quite friendly, but generally, statistically appear to be less so once they realize that you're not from there. So I think that's something that America really could pick up from Brazil, is just this sort of wide-ranging acceptance of just honestly being polite.